What is going on, everybody? He is I'm him is your main man, Chi. I know it's been a minute since I've done one of these. Don't worry, there's more to come. But this is a quick take for so in the meantime, and I'm doing this just because there's a lot to get into. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into these things right now. What better way to start than with football? That's right. I know if you've listened to any of the previous pods I've ever been on, you know my stance on football. I kind of took a step back. But last year, I officially said I was back into watching football. And this year, I'm doing the same thing. And I just want to go over with y'all guys my top 5 stories that I am looking forward to this year. You know, so start off with the number one. My number one story that I'm invested in is of one Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Will he will this be his last year playing in football? We all know about the story. You know, I even did a video in the wake of the announcement that he was retiring, and what was that, 40 something days later, he announced he was coming back. But there's been some rumbles. He took a hiatus from training camp for some time because there were some personal matters that he was dealing with, and a lot of people speculate what that can entail. There is some rumors out there about trouble that he's having, but I'm not going to get into that because nothing has broke, nothing has been announced. So I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon. But if you happen to just do some research and look into it, you'll see what I'm talking about as far as what these rumbles could be. But kind of interested to see, man. He's 45 years old, playing at this level. Um, Sunday night, he played his first game against the Cowboys. Didn't look the best, but Tampa Bay ended up getting that W. That's all that many people care about. So, is this the last year for Tom Brady? We'll have to wait and see. My second story, or my second thing that I'm looking forward to, is just one question and one question only. Can the beloved city that I'm from, the Buffalo Bills, get over this hump and actually make it to the Super Bowl this year? Last year was very promising and could have got close. We all know that. We all know that dreadful 13 seconds. But can we make it to the Super Bowl this year? First game of the season, we smacked the hell out of the Rams. I think the key to this team is the man who referred to himself as the football KD, and that is Von Miller. I think Von Miller is going to be very beneficial to the success of this team. I know there was rumbles of possibly getting OBJ. There was even rumbles of Adrian Peterson wanting to come to Buffalo, but after his ass got knocked the fuck out by Le'Veon Bell in the celebrity boxing match, I don't want Adrian. Sorry. See, that's guy talking to me. I don't even want Adrian Peterson. So that's my second thing I'm looking forward to, just seeing the success and where the Buffalo Bills are going to go this year. I said it in my video that I did at the end of the season, at the end of their playoff run. I said the only way that the Buffalo Bills, in my opinion, can make it to the Super Bowl is the AFC has to go through Buffalo. There is nothing like playing the Bills in January in the wintertime. I don't think no team in the AFC wants to come to Buffalo in the wintertime. None whatsoever. My third story, will the representatives of the AFC have what they call the Super Bowl hangover? Will the Cincinnati Bengals go down in the same path as many other Super Bowl losers go down, where they kind of hit that peak, got to the Super Bowl, was sick, like feel like that was it for them, and the next season they kind of take a nosedive. Um, they played the Steelers on Sunday, and Joe Burrow looked horrible. My man Joe Burrow, I think he threw what 4 picks. First pass of the game he threw was a pick. So very interesting to see what happens with the Bengals this year as well. Speaking of how teams are going to be this year, can Aaron Rodgers, the bad man that he is, the man who is arguably deemed as one of the greatest quarterbacks in the world, will he be able to lead the Packers to success without his number one option? Matter of fact, I think all of his receivers, all 1, 2, and 3 from last year, are not here. They're not playing in Green Bay this year. That is going to be very trying. They played Minnesota on Sunday, and let me tell you, Aaron Rodgers looked pissed. Aaron Rodgers looked like he was not happy. He looked like he was like, "What in the fuck have I done? Somebody please, Devontae, what do I have to do? I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Come back," you know. But I'm looking forward to see if Green Bay can be successful without their weapons, and if Aaron Rodgers can pull off another MVP caliber season this year. And last but not least, my fifth, and what I would deem as a very important story, because Friday was the deadline for, not the deadline, but Friday was kind of it for this man and his contract dispute. What is going to happen with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens? Now, I found it to be very interesting that Sunday, Adam Schefter reported that Lamar Jackson turned down $250 million contract. 250 million he turned down. Now, when I seen this report, I chuckled. I laughed. And the reason why I laughed is because I said I find it to be so ironic that the minute this man supposedly turns down or says that he's going into the season pretty much betting on himself, this gets leaked out. And of course, you're going to have these people like, one of my boys, my best friend, Saad. He basically said that Lamar was dumb for turning that down. And I said, don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for the trap, because this is what they like to do. We all know that the NFL and ESPN primarily like to take the opportunity to spin these narratives and create these stories of how these people, these players, these athletes who, why would you turn down a contract like that? My only concern about Lamar and this year is I just hope that he does not get injured and get taken out for the season. Because if that happens, then Baltimore definitely is not going to pay him. I don't think there is going to be a team that will pay Lamar the amount of money that he wants if he's sidelined again. That's just my personal opinion. You know, um, I don't like I said, I don't like the idea that they dropped this information. A lot of people feel though as if it's going to then correlate to Deshaun Watson and how Deshaun set the bar, even though it wasn't him that set the bar. I feel though as if Cleveland set the market for quarterbacks for the future in their guaranteed money. I mean, Deshaun's getting 230 million guaranteed, and he's only losing, I believe, based off of his contract, he's only losing about a million this year off of the suspension. So a lot of people feel though as if with that, that's going to cause all this uh, trouble, and the owners are going to be upset because Cleveland set the bar this at this point. But you seen Kyler signed his extension. I think his is 195 million. And then we have Russell, who signed an extension as well. His is, I forgot his ballpark number, but I don't think that the Cleveland Browns set that market and set a bar. I think that, the owners are going to know who deserves this amount of money. Do I think that Lamar Jackson deserves boatload of money that he's probably requesting? Yeah. I think that he is a gifted quarterback. Um, I just feel though as if there's a lot of comparisons with him and Michael Vick. Um, I think he has a little, just by a smidge. I think he has a better arm than Vic, just a little bit. But yeah, but that's what I'm looking. That's my 5 top things I'm looking forward to in the NFL. I know there's more. Like I said, I just brought up Deshaun Watson. What impact he's going to have when he gets out of his suspension? Um, the 49ers, I know when Saad watches this video, he's going to give this look. Matter of fact, if I can insert it, it'll be right here. This look right here, he's going to give me this look. My brother may also give me this look too because I have a Trey Lance jersey, and they're getting on me because how do I have a Trey Lance jersey? I ordered the Trey Lance jersey, and I live in Buffalo, and I could go to like a store to get a Bills jersey, but I explained to Saad there's a particular style of jersey that I'm looking for that I don't think that the city actually has, so I have to order it. But yeah, we got the Trey Lance story, we got Baker's, uh we got Arizona, we got Kyler Murray. There's so many different stories. We got Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Like they're playing tonight against his former team, the Seahawks. There's so many stories. But those are my top 5. My top 5 stories going into the NFL. So to pivot and go to a whole different subject matter, I'm gonna get into some movies. I'm gonna get into, my y'all know me, I love movies. I love watching movies. I love talking about movies, doing reviews and all that good stuff. So this part of this segment is going to be straight, if you want to call it nerd, that's what it's about to be. So Disney had their Expo D23 over the weekend. And this is where they showcase new movies, they showcase new things that's coming on in the world of Disney, and they made announcements regarding the future of Disney and Marvel MCU. One of the things that they showed was the highly anticipated Little Mermaid teaser trailer. Now, for those who never listened to the old podcast I used to host, Views from the Two, we covered the announcement of the live action of Little Mermaid. And we discussed how when they announced who's going to be playing Ariel, how a certain demographic, white people, decided to get upset over a fictional character, a mermaid, because Ariel is being played by the talented and beautiful Haley Bailey, sister of Chloe Bailey, protege of Beyonce. And she is becoming Ariel. And white America went crazy. They went ape shit. They started going, Karen's, what is the name for the guys? What is the name for the guys? I don't know who the name for the guys are. Karen, Kevin. No, I can't even say Kevin. I was going to say Kevin. Carl. Thank you, Chuck. Karen and Carl. Karen and the Carls came out of the world, came out of the woodshed, came out of the trailer parks, came out of the suburbs, came out of everywhere, every part of the world came out and was like, I cannot believe this. How are you going to have Ariel be black? Why are you arguing or getting upset over a fictitious character? Why? Why are we getting upset? Why is there such a conniption? I don't get it. I don't see it. Someone please explain it to me. If you happen to, please. Y'all know me. Y'all know I comment. I reply to the comments on this YouTube channel. So please, by all means, let me know. Give me valid reason. Give me a logical reason why y'all are so upset at the idea of Halle Bailey playing a fucking mermaid. Explain that to me. Explain it to me. My guy, Chuck in the background is saying it's a trap. I don't care if it's a trap. I don't care. I just need to know. Because listen, I was on TikTok and there was a person who literally basically said there's no way that Ariel could be black because the sun doesn't hit the depths of the water. So if she is in the water for this time and she's a mermaid, she shall be pale. I kid you not. This is what this person said. I need people to do their research on the origins of mermaids, okay? And where these mermaids, if they were to be real, where would they exist to come from? The Caribbeans. A lot of places where there's a lot of melanation in there. Okay. I need y'all to understand that. Okay. I'm sick and tired of the outrage over the dumbest shit in the world. That's all I'm saying. That is all I am saying. But speaking of more Disney news and Disney announcements, they announced a prequel to The Lion King entitled Mufasa. The story of the king of Pride Rock as a cub growing up into the position that he was in, leading into Lion King. And I was excited. I was like, oh, okay, I'm interested to see this. But then they threw a curveball. The voice of Mufasa. We all know this, man. It's just when we hear Simba, when we hear that, we hear James Earl Jones, King Jaffe Joe. For those who don't know who King Jaffe Joe is, y'all need to go. Y'all need to do your research. Okay? I ain't even gonna say it because y'all should know. I'm looking at both my cameras. This one and this one. Okay? All right. James Earl Jones is not going to be the voice of Simba. I mean, not Simba. Ooh, he is not going to be the voice of Mufasa. The voice of Mufasa will be played by Aaron Pierre, who is most known for his role in the Underground Railroad on Amazon Prime. I get it, because if you're doing it based on a young Mufasa growing into the king of Pride Rock, just like when Simba was a young cub and grew into the king of Pride Rock after his father died. Um, in the not comic, in the cartoon, it was Jonathan Taylor Thomas, then going to Matthew Broderick, and then it was, I forgot the young boy's name. I do apologize. He was in Grownish or Blackish, and then it transformed to Childish Gambino. I do apologize for not knowing your name. Do not, you see this, I apologize. But we all know that obviously it's not going to transition. Like, they have those transitions like that. So I get it. You want to have a different voice in there for a young Mufasa going into adult Mufasa. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. And I do believe this is going to be a live action, not a cartoon, but a live action. So very interested to see about that. Now, Marvel. What more do y'all have to do to just listen? Y'all have already destroyed the comic book movie game. Y'all have already done so much great things. There's no need for y'all to be doing this. And I said this before, and I said this. I said there was rumors that was circulating that there was a certain individual that was rumored to be joining the MCU, and damn it, he did. Superman is officially a part of the MCU. Henry Cavill left. He didn't leave. Warner Brothers kicked his ass out, and he said, you know what? Fuck you, and went straight to Marvel. And oh my God, if it is true, the role that he is going to play, I'm just at a loss. If he plays Doctor Doom, it's a wrap. But that's not even the biggest news about Marvel, what they announced. Because if this is true too, and God Almighty, this takes the cake, okay? This takes the cake. You got motherfucking Denzel Washington. Okay? You have Denzel Washington in the MCU. Let me tell y'all this much right now. There's only one role that I want to see Denzel play. I know, like, this is just me. And then I also take into account that the guy that does Denzel impersonation spot on too. C. King. He did a monologue of Denzel as Magneto. And let me tell you, perfect, spot on, beautiful. It was like just so spot on. And then, you know, there was the rumors of the other guy. He literally played in Do the Right Thing. Black Italian guy. He is rumored to be in Marvel too, and a lot of people suspect that he said that he wants to play Professor Xavier. And if you have him play Professor Xavier and you have Denzel play Magneto, let me tell you this much right now. It is the closest thing we get to the image of what Stan Lee did. Because when Stan Lee created the X-Men, and when he did this, he did it off of the strength of Martin and Malcolm. Martin being Professor Xavier and Magneto being Malcolm. There's no other way to do this. But then guess what? Guess what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. White people are going to get upset. Y'all are going to get upset again. Even though everyone knows that the premise of Professor Charles Xavier and Magneto is from two black civil rights leaders. I would love for y'all to get upset about that. I would love for y'all to get upset about that. Please. Please, I would love for it. I would love for it. Chuck keeps on shaking his head no. He keeps shaking his head no. But they did announce that Captain America 4 will be coming out as the New World Order. That looks very interesting. I believe they did announce the cast for that too. So I'm very interested to seeing that. It's a lot of people that was from Captain America, Falcon Winter Soldier. There's a lot of people in there, especially the very first Captain America, not Sam Rogers. You watched Falcon Winter Soldier, you know who I'm talking about. So, told y'all, this part of this conversation, this part, it's just geeks. It's just me being my geek. It's me getting into that geek bag for me, okay? And now I'm really about to get into it because Ubisoft, the creators that have given us all types of video games. I mean, we've had Watch Dogs, we have Splinter Cell, we have all these different games, but everybody knows when you think of Ubisoft and you think of me, there's only one game that comes to mind, and that is Assassin's Creed. They had their conference on Saturday where they spent roughly about 30 minutes of this conference, the last part of this conference, they spent on discussing Assassin's Creed. Now, for those that are unaware, who are just now watching this video like, okay, we don't know what Assassin's Creed is. Assassin's Creed is a game that has 12 installments. I have played every last one of them. I bullshit you not. From the first one to the last one, which is called Valhalla. Now, they've announced that there was a new game coming out in 2023, which is called Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is the small version. It's a mini version of the full expansion game of Assassin's Creed. It was actually technically supposed to be a DLC, but they decided to create it into just a game in itself. For all my Assassin's Creed fans, I feel though as if this is kind of like how Assassin's Creed Rogue was, where it was a full-length game, but it wasn't the full length as a normal Assassin's Creed game would be. Not that long, small covers, it's just a small premise of events that happened. But this is actually covering the one assassin from Valhalla, Basim himself, his origin story, where he came from and how he got to the role of Master Assassin. This is being shot. This game is being taken place in Baghdad. Roughly, they said about 30 years prior to Valhalla. So it's very interesting to see. I did see the trailer for it. I did see some still shots. Game looks beautiful, as always. Like I said, big fan. But the talk of this conference came when they announced what all the Assassin's Creed fans have been anticipating since the origins of this game came out. We've all wanted to see of an Assassin's Creed game based in Japan. And damn it, they have finally heard us and they said, you asked for it, we are delivering it to you. Assassin's Creed Code Name Red. Now, it's not the official title because we all know if you are a fan of Assassin's Creed, they always do code names first before they release the real name of the game. But they did show a little snippet. They did, tease us a little bit with the shot. It looks like you will be playing as a female assassin, a shinobi samurai. And she had the katana in one hand and the hidden blade popped out on her wrist. And let me tell you, when I seen it, I damn near almost lost my mind because it's exactly what I wanted. It's exactly what I've been waiting for the longest. This is and I'm just excited to see what this is going to do, where this is going to go from here. They also said that they have another Assassin's Creed game coming out that is going to be completely different from what we're used to seeing. This one is code named Hexy, which shout out to Access the Animus, their YouTube channel. They broke down what this code means because when you look at it, matter of fact, I'll show the screenshot right here. That image of the logo and the writing in the backdrop, they were able to take the words and decode it. And it spelled out witch. So this game is going to be taking place at some point where there was witchcraft taking place, sorcery, all types of stuff. This is going to be completely different, not the typical Assassin's Creed game that we're used to playing, but I'm all for it. They also announced what Infinity was. Now, we all thought there was rumors going around that they were going to, in a sense, make Assassin's Creed similar to a Fortnite. When I heard that, I was completely turned off by it. I did not want to even think of the idea of an Assassin's Creed game being like a Fortnite. You can't do that. But they explained it. Basically, it is a hub that is for gamers. And basically, it's going to be like creating your own animus, your own personal animus. And they really compared it to how when Unity started, when you started playing Unity, it had on their screen, it had a multitude of different assassins from the past and some that we've never seen before, some Templars as well. So it's very interesting to see that this is what the future of the game is going to be, where you're going to have Infinity, and then it's going to be somewhat where you can interact and do all this. And they also talked about multiplayer within Infinity too. So I'm looking forward to seeing this, looking forward to experimenting with the game. My mom already told me, she was like, she seen my stats I was posting on my Facebook and literally was like, you're just going to be like you're never going to come out. And I said, nah, y'all, you already know. You already know. They announced books. They've announced statues. They've announced all this stuff for Assassin's Creed. And I literally said, Ubisoft, just take my money. Just take it. Just take it. I got Cassandra's statue figure, came with when I got Odyssey. I have Connor. I have Edward statues. I have hidden blades. I have the spear. I have it all. I have it all. And there is a Mirage collector's item that has a young Bassam. It's a statue of young Bassam. I want that. I went to GameStop on Sunday to pick up 2K, which, by the way, 2K, y'all need to fix y'all goddamn app because I cannot log into that. And all I want to do is just make my face so I can do my career. That's all I want to do. But y'all don't let me. It's like there's a glitch in the Matrix. But I went there. I asked him. I said, "Hey, are y'all accepting pre-orders for Assassin's Creed yet?" He was like, "Nah, not yet." He looked up in the system. He's like, "Not yet." He's like, "Check back when we get a date of release." I said, "Okay." But then I'm gonna go check on Ubisoft's website to see if they're accepting pre-orders, and if they are accepting pre-orders, are they accepting pre-orders that you can get the statue? Because they're getting that. Y'all, if anybody knows me, Alan, you know, Saad, you know, my brother knows, my daughter knows, my mother knows. When it comes to Assassin's Creed, I always get the collector's edition. I don't know why I always do this to myself, but I always get the collector's edition. I talked about it, even though I talked about it when I was talking about my 2Ks. When I was talking about, I don't know why I get the collector's editions of this shit, but I do. But I do. And funny story before I wrap this up. When I was at GameStop, this is a funny story because my daughter, if she sees this, she's gonna laugh. Because they have at GameStop Thor's hammer. And I'm talking about Thor's hammer from Love and Thunder. So it's I'm gonna try to pronounce the name. Voices do not kill me. Mjolnir. They have that hammer, but it's shattered. So you see the cracks in it and everything. Like it's there. And I seen it and I want it. And I might get it. Because I told my daughter was like, "So you got it?" I said, "No, I didn't get it." She's like, "So you're going to get it?" I said, "I might get it." She said, "Okay, so if you get it, then you have to buy me Stormbreaker." Stormbreaker's taller than my daughter. Okay? It's bigger than my daughter. So it'll just be funny if I get Mjolnir and she gets Stormbreaker and Stormbreaker is taller than she is. Like she'll be trying to hold it and have carry it with two hands. This is very hilarious. So that's it for this quick take episode of So in the Meantime. I do want to let y'all know that an announcement will be coming in the foreseeable future on the state or the status of So in the Meantime. Okay. For those that if you want to really kind of dive into it, just go back to the audio version of So in the Meantime and go to the very first episode, the introduction to this podcast. You will hear the introduction. You'll hear what I had to say about it and where that episode leads into the announcement that I have. So with that being said, he is I am him. It's your main man, Chi. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the video, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you have subscribed and you haven't hit that notification bell yet to get up to dates of when these videos are dropping, make sure you hit the notification bell. You'll see more. You'll get the alerts. You'll know when I'm dropping. I'm gonna start doing other things too. Like I tried to go live on my YouTube, but it didn't work. I think I had to I had to make an announcement within 24 hours of doing it. So, you know, um, but be on the lookout. There's more stuff coming your way, different types of content coming your way as well. He is I am him. It's your main man, Chi, signing off. I'm out.